Let's get to it real quick before we get out of here. Pat coming back.
Man, is he?
Coming back.
Yeah, Sean.
Mario Barrios.
PJ, we got Shawn Porter in a couple years. Shawn Porter versus PJ, 147.
I can't go through a camp.
All right, Tiger.
Do I ask the question, why is Pat coming back?
It's a good question.
Since 20.
Do I
Man,
ask?
I ain't gonna lie. I think he just like fighting, man.
That's what I think.
I don't know,
old is he?
man. I think he just like fighing, man.
46.
Right? Yeah.
And don't get me,
like 48.
No, he's 46.
don't get me wrong. You know, I think he liked fighting. He loved to fight, but he also give a lot of money back to his country, man.
That's a,
So you know, you gotta keep making if you want to keep giving, right?
Right.
Get out Pat's pockets.
I also
I'm
think
just saying, he give a lot of money to the country. He doing a good thing, though.
Yeah.
I thought he was a little older than that.
Look, he 5'5.5". I'll spar somebody shorter than me.
And Mario Barrios is 6 foot.
yeah.
Give it damn.
Yeah. Why you look? He size everybody up.
Yeah.
I'm at 147. I'm size everybody up.
Yeah, he tall. He got some height on him.
Hey, go ahead. What do you think about that fight? You know, it's future opponents for you. Win, lose, or draw. You taking one of them.
This fight?
He said,
I can't really see.
That's at 147, ain't it?
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. Pacquiao a legend. I got a lot of love for him. I just can't see him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Age undefeated.
it's probably
All the time. Can't beat that.
it's probably I hope it just it be a good fight and
UD.
you know what I mean. But I seen a clip of one of his last fights he had. I think he was overseas. I think that didn't look good.
Had the diabetes socks on.
Yeah, I'm like, man. I hope I hope he have a safe fight. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
for sure.
He hasn't fought in 5 years. 4 or 5 years. My man had 5 fights in the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, man. Barrios too damn big for Pacquiao.
And that man coming in the ring big.
Yeah. I thought Barrios was getting his rematch with
Now, this probably a better payday.
Yeah,
You know, you're going to get there when you going to make the business moves.
no, for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, now it's Mario Barrios eat a WBC.
Oh,
Yeah. They had the glamour belt, the green belt.
Yeah. And so this is a title fight. My man skipped all the lines and go straight to the top. Manny Pacquiao. This could end bad for Manny.
what you think, Zittel?
This could end bad for Manny.
I hope not, though.
I know. I know.
I mean, but
I mean, everybody's human. Like nobody's a god. Even the great Manny Pacquiao, who's made me wrong more than any other fighter in my lifetime. I grew up loving the fighters he would run through. Morales, Pereira, Marquez, Cotto, De La Hoya. I remember when he was going up to fight De La Hoya and Cotto, I'm like, he's too little. Like, I don't. They make weight classes for a reason. Okay. Oscar was shot. Cotto's gonna. Damn, well, he did that to Cotto. He did that, and so and then Thurman, I thought Thurman would beat him. I didn't think.
You thought he was going to beat Floyd.
No, I didn't. No,
okay.
I didn't.
All right.
you thought Keith Thurman was gonna be Floyd?
No, I thought Thurman was gonna be Pacquiao.
I was just messing with him. I'm saying
fought.
he thought Manny Pacquiao was going to be Floyd.
No, I didn't. The Marquez fights let me know what was going to happen in the Floyd fight.
Okay.
Because, if you can't deal with this counter punching and Floyd's bigger and younger and faster, and then, I know what's going to happen now. But my first reaction to this fight was it reminds me of Ray Leonard coming back against Hector Camacho for that last comeback Ray had, where it's just like Ray can't beat anybody anymore. He's old. He's done. It doesn't matter who if you put him in there with a live. Camacho was shot too, but he had more left than Ray Leonard did. So it kind of reminds me of that. And then also, with Turkey and Riyadh season trying to take over the game. This kind of and PBC, they Top Rank doesn't even put on pay-per-views anymore, so I'm not picking on PBC. They put on Benavidez Morel, one of my favorite fights of the year. But this, just like when they tried to get Jake Paul to fight Canelo, this reeks of intellectual and creative bankruptcy. Like you don't. This is just going to be a fun event that makes money, but it does nothing really for the sport in the long term. It's a short term play to make money. It will make money.
It's just a fight.
It's just the fight. It's like a concert. All right, it'll be cool. Get to see Pacquiao. And I can't count Manny Pacquiao out because he's Manny Pacquiao. But I think as long as Barrios doesn't freeze up under the moment, as long as Barrios just is Barrios and doesn't overly respect Pacquiao. He's not in awe of Pacquiao. He just treats him like a 46-year-old man. Lets his punches go.
That sounds crazy.
I know. Right. But because that's why I got to bring it up. Because you could always look across. Oh my God, that's Manny Pacquiao, and I'm on this pay-per-view, and I'm like, you could
like a 46-year-old.
But on that, am I wrong, Tiger and PJ? Or on that night, he's not Manny Pacquiao. He's this old man, and as Deontay Wilder said about Luis Ortiz, you got to beat his old ass.
Yeah.
And punch him in the face and remind him that this game has passed you by. But Pacquiao's Pacquiao. He could pull off anything. I just don't like George Foreman at 45. He's at heavyweight where you can fight at an older age than you can in the lower weights.
Right.
And he's got one punch eraser. He's not an accumulation KO artist like Manny.
Right.
Bernard was the master of all masters, the kung fu master of boxing, knew every trick and created some. Manny at his best, and this is why I was surprised he could beat Thurman at 40. He relies on twitches and athleticism and a lot of stuff Shawn did. And Shawn's like, I can't do that, and I'm not even 40 yet.
Stuff that decreases. Don't tell my business.
I'm sorry,
The stuff that decreases. Yeah.
So, but what do you think, Shawn? You the one who sparred a million rounds with him.
It's so hard because he is Manny Pacquiao, right? And so it's kind of is what it is. He's either going to come to the ring and be able to be fast enough to get off the shit that he used to get off on. And if he does, he clocks him and he knocks him out. What I know, without going into really deep detail, that left hand against that right hand, his left hand always gets there quicker than the other guy's right hand. Not only that, Azteca is a forward fighter moving into that left hand. You know what I mean? So this is kind of a match made in heaven for Pac.
9 years ago, this would have been Pacquiao versus Jesse Vargas.
Yeah.
That we know Manny years ago. If you want to see what this fight would have looked like,
Well, this has to be. This is the same fight, right?
It is, but except now it's 2025.
Yeah.
Question: what shot you hit Manny with when you dropped him? What shot?
I didn't drop Manny.
Barrios? Oh,
Don't be starting rumors.
he dropped.
Ask the inverse.
Nah, me and Manny, we had some wars. We had some good sparring sessions.
That's some good work, man.
We had some really good sparring sessions. Yeah. And but I had the X factor. I was just as quick as him, just as fast as him. And after the difference with a sparring session and the fight, you get to learn this guy. You get to see that rhythm. That was why I felt like Manny was gonna beat Keith. I felt like on the night of, you've never seen that rhythm, that speed, that tempo.
You called it too. I remember that. You did.
It's just a lot to deal with on fight night, and you got to remain poised through it. You know.
Can he still do it now? That's the biggest.
But can he still do it now?
Yeah.
Can he still do it now?
At 46,
That left hand looking like at 46.
Yeah. The last
Hey,
thing goes to
Tiger,
power.
how old are you?
26.
Oh yeah, he looking at 46, like 70.
The last thing that goes to power. You know what I mean?
What about the speed?
That timing. I think before we even talk about the speed, we gotta talk about the timing. Cause we gonna spar on Saturday. Like I know, like I'm gonna be looking at you like,
oh, this a real
I'm ready
thing?
to eat
This a
this.
real
I'm
thing?
ready to do, but it just ain't going. You know what I mean? That timing is different when you ain't been working. You know what I mean? I ain't been working, so you know.
He been working. He trying to get me.
He trying to rock my boy.
But I think that's the thing with this fight. I think for Manny is just his timing. More than likely, it's gonna be off. If his time is off, it's gonna be
And how he gonna be able to? Barrios is 6 feet, and his arms is long. So how he gonna be able to? Because Barrios don't fight. Barrios don't fight short though.
Yeah.
He fight. He kind of
You're right.
long a little bit.
Yeah, you're right.
So how would that? You know what I mean? Because Pacquiao gonna have to.
He ain't gonna have to look, but he not gonna have to look for Barrios. You know what I mean? Be different if you're a tall guy that's staying out here. You know what I mean? He's tall, but he likes to work his way in. You know what I mean?
He didn't work his way in when he was boxing Tank. No. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like he one of them fighters
he can get on them toes.
He young,
you know what I'm saying?
It ain't like we watching a fighter where
because him and Tank was a good ass fight.
Because he was boxing the shit out of Tank.
That was a good fight.
Yeah. Tank. You know what I'm saying?
That was a good fight.
You think he about to go in there? I'm about to just bang with him. I think he gonna pick his spots.
Yeah.
Why would we play to his strength?
I think he gonna use his reach, and I think his jab gonna be his main weapon for Pacquiao.
You want the loser or the winner?
I don't give a damn.
Okay. I'm just trying to get you in a big fight.
Say, yup.
I'm just trying to cash you out, baby.
We'll take it.